So when the French did the metrification, they decided they needed to use a basis based on tens. And we get things like mega. So everyone knows the kilo is 1,000. It should strictly be a capital K. I know a lot of people write lowercase, but it should be a capital K. Mega is a million. It's 1,000,000. So megawatts is a measure of power, and normally is associated with what happened, power put out from, or power you use at home. Hectare. Let's come down. So we've gone million, thousand. Anyone got an idea what hectare might mean? Hectare. Right, if we step down from 1,000, we get to 100. Now we need that for a measurement of area. 100 meters by 100 meters is called a hectare. So this 1 hectometer squared is 100 meters by 100 meters. Now you don't particularly need to know the hectare measure at the moment, but as we're doing it, we'll deal with it. Stepping down again, well, we're going to get to 10. Now there's not many units which use deca. It's such a small multiplier, it's not of common usage. But when we go to the other side of 1, and notice now we're getting lowercase letters, instead of deca we get deci. And a decimeter means that it's 1/10 of a meter. So 10 decameters, a decameters is a meter. Again, that's needed for volume conversion, because the French decided that if we took a standard meter, which they measured by measuring a distance around the Earth, and they actually based it upon the circumference of the Earth, no longer measured by that, it's now measured by light. But they took a meter as being the standard unit, and everything else is based upon it. So to do volumes, they looked for a size which was about a size people would be using. And what they decided was that if we do 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, or 1 decameter cubed, that would be their basic measure of volume, a litre. Stepping down from deci, we get centi. Centi means there's 100 somethings in a standard unit. And milli means 1,000. So that's all our basic units included. So we've got some stuff for converting lengths, and I'll leave you to fill in the conversions. You should know the conversions, but 1 kilometre is 1,000 metres, and that's what you should be doing in this exercise. So you've got some values up here. You'll be checking yours, but things like 2 metres in centimetres, well, 1 metre is 100 centimetres, so 2 metres is 200. 300 centimetres, 100 centimetres is a metre. I've got 300, so I need 3 metres. Conversions of centimetres and millimetres. There are 10 millimetres in a centimetre, because it's converting from thousands to hundreds, so we need 10 of them, so that's 70. That one's going to be 80 centimetres. Kilometres to metres, well, we need 1,000 of them, so it's 1,000. 16. Bless me. 16,000. To convert from 7,000 metres to a kilometre, we're dividing by 1,000, that's 7.1. Let's just do a quick check. Oh, I mistyped that one up there. Don't know why you got that. Let's check again. There you go, got it right. So they're fairly straightforward ones. I'm going to leave you for this lesson and Monday's first lesson to do that, units and mass. Do paste in the result of this screen into your document in these boxes. And the important one that we need down here is the conversions for, oh sorry, one thing I missed out. The description of a kilogram, that came from taking 1 litre of water, and 1 litre of water defined a kilogram. And it actually means that some of you may have come across a couple of weird units on when you were looking at volume. One common one that you'll see is it's not uncommon for people when they're measuring something with water to give its mass, and they'll talk about grams. And 1 gram is 1 centimetre cubed. Okay, so 1 centimetre cubed is 1 millilitre. So we've got the conversions here. 1 metre cubed is 100 centimetres all cubed. When you cube 100, you get a million. Be careful about that when you do the volumes. 1 metre cubed is not 100 centimetres cubed, it's a million, because it's 100 in one direction, 100 in another direction, and 100 in a third direction. Again, a litre, you should know, is 1,000 millilitres. 1 litre, though, is 1 decametre cubed. And what that means that 1 millilitre, 1,000th of a litre, a decametre is 1 litre is 1,000 millilitres. And what that means is 1 centimetre cubed is the same as 1 millilitre cubed. You see people talk about cc's in car engines. They're talking about millilitres. Okay, so they're your basic conversions for metric units. And some people talk about millilitres and grams. Only when it's water, though. Really shouldn't be dealing with anything else. So using those, you should be able to convert the measures of volume. Now, the bit I actually want to teach you is a technique for doing things like time. So I'll bring up a notepad. And what we're going to do is we're going to convert some times into others. And I'm going to show you a technique for doing it. Okay, so here's my notepad. And what we want to convert is, I want to convert 3 hours into seconds. Now, you might know a simple conversion for it, but I want to show you a technique which is useful for any form of conversion. What you could do is do my equivalent fraction trick. 3 hours, and that is equal to x seconds. And what we need is a conversion then below, which is 1 hour is how many seconds. Now, you might not know that one, but what I can do is I can actually rearrange this so that any conversion I know multiplies onto the top. So what I can do is I can take the 3 hours I want, I'm going to divide by 1 hour. So to convert this, now I need to put in what's the 1 hour worth above. Well, if I don't know directly, I know 1 hour is 60 minutes. Follow the same pattern. I want to convert now. So that was hours to minutes. Now I want to convert minutes to seconds. So I'm going to multiply by another fraction. On the bottom is the thing I'm converting from, minutes. So I know 1 minute is 60 seconds. And when I convert those, I now get a conversion without having to know a conversion from hours to seconds in my head all the time. I now have a conversion I can do using a calculator. Where's my calculator gone? So I can convert this using a calculator when it comes up. There it is. By doing 3 times, I'll double that size, so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm doing 3 hours times 60 minutes, optionally divide by 1 hour, multiplied by 60 seconds, divided by 1 minute. So this will do my conversion, which will give me 10,800 seconds. Okay, so there's a lovely little technique using fractions and cancelling, because what's really happening is I'm cancelling hours, hours on top, hours on bottom, they cancel. Minutes on top, minutes on bottom, they cancel, and I'm left with seconds. That's what my technique does. Let's try 2 hours 20 minutes in seconds. Okay, you can do it in two ways. You could convert the 2 hours to minutes. So do my conversion. I want to cancel the hours on the bottom and get minutes out of it. And that gives me 2 hours. 1 hour is 60 minutes. Multiply through gives me 120 minutes. Add to that the 20 minutes I've already got, and I can get 140 minutes. Now I need to convert that into seconds. So 140 minutes multiplied by, I want seconds out, minutes are going in, so the minutes cancel. 1 minute is 60 seconds. So I can now use my calculator again and do 140 minutes multiplied by 60 is 8,400 seconds. Okay, so this is a nice little technique for converting units with funny numbers. Arslan, you got your microphone on. Do you want to ask a question? Okay. So you need to do those conversions. Do look at this notes. I'll be putting a video up with this on as well. So use the notes to convert. I'll put a few more examples into the document and paste it up. I'll do some with some horrible numbers. Actually, I'll do one with a horrible one now. I've just suddenly remembered. There's one conversion you need to know between metric and imperial measures, and that is that 1 kilometre, 1.6 kilometres is 1 mile. Okay. Quickly, we'll do a quick conversion of changing 1 mile into metres, because that's the other thing that people often remember. So I need to remember that 1 mile is 1.6 kilometres. I want to change that into metres, so I've got 1 kilometre, cancelling the kilometres top and bottom, is 1,000 metres. Now the reason I like this technique is you just have to remember the basic fact, and it puts the numbers in the right place once you put your labels on. So multiply through, and we got 1 times 1.6 divided by 1, it's 1.6, times 1,000, 1,600 divided by 1 is 1,600 metres. That can go into your lengths as well. There's your lengths one. So when we come back up to the lengths, 1 mile is 1.6 kilometres, or 1,600 metres. You can add that one in now as well. Just to show you a little, the trick, we're going to use these ones below. I would like to know how many feet are there in a mile. Okay, so I'm going to use these conversions. So 1 mile in feet. So I'll use the information I've got. And yeah, let's do 1 mile first. So 1 mile is my starting point. Come on, give me my pen. I'm going to multiply that by a conversion fraction. I want miles on the bottom so that they cancel. So the mile goes in the opposite position. I got conversion to yards, or YD. So 1 mile is 1,760 yards. I want to go to feet, so I need to convert. I can say 1 yard is 3 feet. So cancel the yard on the bottom and give myself 3 feet. Okay. I can go a bit and with that. Come on, let's get that out of the way. So now I use the calculator to calculate my sum again. And you can put in, I've got 1 mile times 1,760 as a fraction over 1 mile. That's converting the yards. And then convert yards to feet. So 3 feet is the same as 1 yard. And that tells me I've got 5,280 feet is a mile. Now it doesn't rely on just having this last number. I can convert one more. And I'll go back to time. If I have, how many, let's go. Let's go for 540 minutes. And I want to change that into hours. I don't need to think, am I multiplying and dividing? I just need to think about changing my fractions. So I've got 540 minutes. And I do a conversion fraction. The minutes needs to be on the bottom. Now, do I know a conversion from minutes to hours? Yes, I do. So I'm going to put the hours straight in. And the conversion I know is 1 hour is 60 minutes. So I take my calculator and I calculate it. So 540 multiplied by 1 over 60. And that gives me 9 hours. The reason I'm showing you that one is if I use this degree minute second button, I can say 9 hours, 540 minutes, cancel. Yeah, so I want 0 degree 540 minutes, no seconds. When I press equals, I get told 9 hours. This is equivalent to hours, minutes, seconds. That's why I showed you what the dash and double dash mean. Okay, the circle actually means degrees, but it works with time as well. Okay, so I can actually do a conversion on the calculator for time. So I can say 0 hours, 540 minutes, 0 seconds, strictly that is 0 540 minutes 0 seconds, and when I press answer my calculator tells me 9 0 and 0 double dash, which it reads as 9 hours 0 minutes 0 seconds. Okay, so there, that's converting time using the calculator and using fractions. Fractions for this are lovely. It takes a lot of the thinking out if you apply it. There you go.